Hello everybody, my name is David Grace. I am the co-founder of Grace Chocolaterie, the chocolate company. My wife, Lucy, is the production genius behind this, and I'm doing the bookkeeping and a bit of the marketing. So I'll first of all run through a bit of the history of the company, and then I think Lucy will talk a bit about the process, how she makes chocolate. So we've been in business now for around 2.5 years. When we moved from Switzerland to Kenya, we originally thought of starting a coffee business, opening up a coffee shop. But then coronavirus happened, and then we morphed. So the background is that Lucy studied chocolate making in Belgium, which is famous in Europe for dark chocolates. And of course, we lived in Switzerland, which invented milk chocolates. So before we actually moved back to Kenya, Lucy had the bright idea of studying chocolate making. So as I said, we've been working for about 2.5 years. Starting in coronavirus was a real challenge, but what we actually did, instead of selling in shops, is we started to market at markets. We went to organic markets like KSPCA, Brackenhurst. We let people taste our chocolates, and we asked them for their opinion. We got into a dialogue and gave them the values of the company, the history of the company, and things like that. So our philosophy is that real taste lingers and lasts. You should get a kick out of eating good chocolates. It should do something to the dopamine cells in the brain. And I say it's a bit like falling in love, but okay. Anyway, so 2.5 years into the business, things are going pretty well. We employ local people, ladies to make our chocolate. The packaging is Kenyan. And yeah, we're a Kenyan business, which is a great thing.
The process of making chocolate, I would say, is simple and yet not simple. First of all, sourcing the beans. But first of all, trying to find where you get the beans. You know, in Africa, we get it in West Africa mainly, in many countries in West Africa, but Ivory Coast and Ghana are known for chocolate. And then we have it in Uganda and a bit in Tanzania. So most of the countries have grow cocoa. Kenya apparently is coming up. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm actually on the lookout for Kenyan cocoa beans. If I do get them, I'll let you know. So it starts with the pod, and then that pod is usually cut, fermented, okay, in special fermentation boxes, and then dried. Once the beans are dried, then we now get them. We get the dried beans. And then what we do is that we roast them for the chocolatier. They roast the beans, and then what we do is to shell them. If you have the machines, the shelling, we call it the winnowing of the chocolate. And then we remove the shell, and then we have the nibs. Once you have the nibs, now you put it in a grinder. They grind until you get that fine liquid paste due to the cocoa butter. And there you have your 100% cocoa mass. And there you can now decide whether you want to add sugar, milk. You can now dose what you want, and you have a nice chocolate bar.
So I'd like to just run through some of the types of chocolate we actually produce here. So we started off by making chocolate bars because Kenyan is kind of like, it was a chocolate bar market. So we make white chocolates, milk chocolate. Here's a couple of the bars here. Every bar has a different color. White, milk, caramel. I think Kenyans grew up with milk chocolates, but we also make dark chocolate in a variety of different flavors. We do 55% dark with sea salt, orange, pistachio, a lot of different flavors. And then we have 80% dark chocolate, which is for the kind of like the hardcore chocolate people. This is very healthy chocolate, it's organic. We get the beans in Uganda. We have plain. We have 80% in purple tea. This is the premium Kenyan purple tea with some dried berries, very popular, a bestseller. We also do another bar with cucumber, lemon and mint, and with almonds. And just recently, another one of our bestsellers is ruby chocolate. So this is a whole new class of chocolate. We grew up with milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate, but this is a whole new class. This is the ruby chocolate. This is the natural color of the cocoa. And I think we're the only people in Kenya selling this. This is a very interesting chocolate to taste. So apart from chocolate bars, we've expanded out into some more exotic items like, for children, they can have hot chocolate. They can melt this chocolate spoon directly in warm milk and get the experience of seeing it melt and drink real hot chocolate. We also sell what we call as a pillow box. This is a variety of chocolates in hearts, milk, white, caramel and dark. Good for presents or anniversaries or for whatever occasion, yes. And then over here we have pralines, praline liqueurs, and other sort of specialty chocolates. So we cover quite a range, and our idea is to continually innovate so that it keeps us motivated, and we can also talk about some new chocolate tastes and varieties for the customer.
Thank you so much for this interview, and don't forget you can get our products at Green Spoon, one of the best online shops you can ever have.